Hello again. Just read an interesting article written by Michael Goodwin from the New York Post. The title, wow, did you hear what Donald Trump said about Hillary Clinton? No. How about what Marco Rubio said about President Obama? No again. Okay, they were trick questions. You know what the Republicans are doing, which is what they've done in the past, is they tend to eat their own. You know, if you watch some of my earlier videos on this topic, I said that the Democrats tend to circle the wagons, while the Republicans tend to burn down the wagons of other Republicans. If you take a look at the article, and you're going to find it most interesting, the article says there was nothing to hear because Trump and Rubio didn't talk much about Clinton and Obama, but they surely heard what Trump and Rubio said about each other and what Trump said about Jeb Bush and Ben Carson. You probably also know that the former president, George H.W. Bush, rattled the rafters by attacking the top advisors of his son, former President George W. Bush, and the others that advised. Donald Rumsfeld and former Vice President Dick Cheney fired back at the elder Bush. It's a typical presidential campaign Republican style. The circular firing squad is taking its toll. You remember what happened with the previous presidential candidate, Mitt Romney? You know who kicked that whole nightmare off for Mitt Romney? None other than Newt Gingrich. And that's when he referred to Romney being a greedy capitalist. Once he said that, they all jumped on it. That's probably what destroyed Mitt Romney's campaign. They did something similar with a congressman, I believe it was a congressman out of Missouri. He made a comment about pregnancy, and Republicans destroyed him. He probably could have won a seat, except, once again, the Republicans destroyed him. They tend to do that to themselves. We'll see what happens with the presidential interviews that are taking place. I don't know, folks. I told you what I think. Read the article. Let me know what you think. You know, as far as this presidential debate's concerned, and I've made mention of this, it's being held by the Fox News Corporation. And Maria Bartiromo, if you do a little bit of Googling on Maria, which is one of the nominators that will be asking questions of the Republican candidates, well, she seems to have a very strong tie to Hillary Rodham Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. You sort of wonder why she's being allowed to be a moderator. But hey, I gotta believe something similar that happened in the first presidential debate will happen in this presidential debate. Why? Because Fox News has changed. It's no longer, I believe, fair and balanced. The sons of the founder are running the organization, and one of the sons' wife worked on the Hillary campaign and on the Hillary Foundation. Hey folks, nobody said it was fair, huh? And you know what? It isn't.